Hi, this is Nicole with Mortgage One. It's Women's History Month, and it's time for us to look back at how far we've come and to talk about what we still need to do to bring equality to women. We're really lucky that we work in an industry where a lot of women hold high leadership roles, CEOs, presidents of companies, own their own small businesses, but it's not like that in all industries, and we need to remember that. When you think about where we came from back in the 1700s, where women had no authority over anything that they owned, they brought property into a marriage, their husband could sell it without their knowledge. That all changed in 1771 when the first law was passed, requiring that women had to give permission for their husband to sell property that they brought into the marriage. It's crazy to think that that wasn't always like that. In 1848, the first law was passed that allowed women to collect rents on their own property and enter into contracts. It took 52 years for the rest of the country to pass similar laws. And then in 1862, the Homestead Act was passed, which let women claim up to 160 acres of land for herself in her own name. Then in 1974, ECOA was passed. And that's when it really changed for women and what they could do. That is the law that prevented discrimination against marital status. So we could have our own bank accounts, credit cards, and you could no longer discriminate against sex or race. And by 1981, 11% of all single buyers were women, and that continues to increase every year. In that same time period, more women were seeking higher education and earning for and benefiting from that higher earning potential that they got with that higher education. And by 2000, that number peaked at 64% of single homeowners were women. It has since fallen to 58%. In a study completed by the Pew Research Center, it shows that in most age groups, households headed by single women have lower homeownership rates than those headed by single men, a finding that aligns with economic considerations. Among all employed single household heads, women earned about 88% of what men earned in 2019. And the median income of households headed by single women was 49,400, which is considerably lower than by men, which is 61,700. And overall, households headed by women tend to have less overall wealth than those headed by single men. This shows that there is still a lot of work to be done. We need to continue to educate young women in financial literacy and the importance of increasing wealth generation over generation. In celebration of Women's History Month, I challenge you to find at least one young woman in your life that you can mentor and teach the importance of financial literacy so they will continue to thrive as they get older.